Happy Tuesday, boys and girls. My name is Jeffery Mitchell, coming to you from the default route, the default location, the mainstay, the reason I get out here and do it every day for the last few years. Who the hell walks 4.5 miles a day before work? Who the hell gets up and walks 4.5 miles before work as a routine? And now it's a routine that I almost can't live without. If I don't do it, I'm all discombobulated the rest of the day. Of course, there are those days where discombobulation is the goal. And I've had a few of those days recently, and it was good. It was indulgent. It was good. My weight went from like maybe 197 up to like 211. Wow. That's 15, that's like almost 14 pounds. Now that I think about it. And that 211 was probably an anomaly way. It probably wasn't 211. It was probably more like 208, 207. So I probably put on 10 pounds. And it was worth it. It was worth it. 5 or 6 days of not getting my steps, just laying in the bed, recouping, relaxing. And again, as I get older, I'm learning that certain behaviors of mine have a effect on my physiological and psychological and mental and spiritual being. It made it these things happen when I was younger, but you just, plow through them. No big deal. But as I get older, I'm starting to realize that if I do this, I'm gonna feel this way. If I don't do that, I'm gonna feel this way. And it's probably one of the reasons that I love being old so much. I love the experience that comes from being old. I was telling a coworker yesterday who was voicing his opinion about a certain practice amongst our analysts that has changed over the years, and a certain way we handle things. And he has been there for a while. So he's like from the old school. Where I come in, I only been there 9 years. He's been there probably like 15, 16 or so. Well, actually, I think they all came in just a little bit before I did. But they have been working in the legal industry for years. I mean, most of the people in my group have been working in legal for years, and they like all knew each other from other firms. It's like they know each other from other firms, and it's like a group. And, I came in new. I had no legal experience. I came in and looking at my company, as liberal as they are, as many inclusive and allyship and intersectionality and, diversity emails I get from my company, they are like, oh my God, stop it already. So I could have came in under affirmative action. They probably took a chance on me. As my sister said, you may have gotten the job not only because you're black. Being black may have played a part of it, but you also had to be able to do the job and have talent and skill to do it. And I'm not talking about in my particular situation, me and my sister's discussion, just in general, about this push to hire black people. And it seems like they're hiring them just because they're black. And if that's the case, and they don't have the talent, see, I'm not for that. Just like with affirmative action, there's a lot of people, people of color or whatever, underprivileged, outliers, disenfranchised people getting into these elite schools who just can't handle it. And they end up having a discouraging experience that they may or may not have had in a less elite college or at a different level. It's like, Harvard is doing what they can to get these black people in there who just can't handle it. And there's been not studies, but my boys, Glenn Lowry and John McWhorter, pointed out, that many professors and teachers notice that in the classes, the bottom ranking of students, you can see where the black kids who were, obviously brought in under this program are in the bottom ranking of student, academic performance. But they took a chance on me, and if you ask me, they obviously made the right decision. I mean, because I'm worthy, there's no doubt about it, and I've proven I was worthy, and I've been told that I'm worthy, and I definitely stand out, and I knew I would. It took me a while. Like I said, I busted my ass for 2 years at this job, like I never had, just to learn it and to catch up, because I wanted to catch up with people. There was people I saw performing a job and executing at a level, and I said, I want to be able to do that from this one. The way this person does that, I want to be able to do that. The way that person does that, I think he does that the best. I want to do that. The way she does that the best, I want to be able to do it that way. I just was grinding. And it was yesterday, December 4th, when I got on that bus, I got a call from a recruiter. And this recruiter seems to be able to place black people in that role. And I went down there, rest is history. Because they told me the job was part-time. So I was like, this ain't gonna get it. Even though the hourly rate was beautiful, I was like, part-time ain't gonna get it. They ain't gonna be able to pay the bill. But I'm gonna go down there anyway, what the hell. Then I got a call on my way back home on the bus. I got a call, they said, all right, they wanna bring you in. Da-da-da-da-da. I was like, okay. And they said for the first couple weeks, during training, it'd be 40 hours a week. I was like, oh my God. 40 hours a week at this rate, oh my God. And it just kept going. Just kept going from there. I never was part-time. Never missed a day for a couple years. Just doing what I do. Never late. Just adhering to the rules. But anyway, why'd I go down that road? Oh, because I'm nostalgic. I love my job. I love my life. I just love my life. It's just ridiculous. I just love my life so much. Look at this. I'm walking around the sun. Y'all see the sunshine on my face. It's December 5th, people. Y'all see the sunshine on my face. And I got on my world clock, I got Copenhagen for the day, and I got Cleveland for my family back in Ohio. And the temperatures are like 35, 70. And get this 170, it's gonna be 80 degrees today. It's like 35 degrees back there. And they don't get sun. It's 35 degrees, one thing, but it's 35 degrees and they don't get sun. It's like when you flying back, you get used to it after a while. You fly in, I used to fly in at night or whatever. You come in, it's overcast, it's constantly overcast, but you don't realize it because you're in it. And then when you get on that plane coming back, you fly above those clouds and that sun hits you, you go, oh my God. You go, oh my God. They raised my rent. That pissed me off. I don't know if I'm pissed off because I just want to be pissed off. No, it didn't really piss me off. I kind of knew it was coming. But what pissed me off was they posted things on my door. I don't like them posting things on my door. I told them not to because I'm not home enough. So something was posted on my door for 7 days while I was gone. And when I first moved in there, one of the things that my first landlord did that I thought was good, there wasn't many things he did I thought was good, but he got me in, he let me in. He signed off on me. And I've been there for 20 years, been a good tenant. Like again, he took a chance on me. I've been probably one of the best tenants there for 20 years. He would never post anything on the door. Nothing gets posted on the door. Either slide it under there or anything, because he didn't want, everybody to know that you ain't home. And I agree, and that's how I was, brought up or trained up. So now this new management, and it's just tacky. It's just tacky if you ask me. Come home and see the stuff posted on somebody's door. What the hell is this, on paper? We got phones and texts and emails. I don't get it. It aggravates me. It might be a pet peeve, but it aggravates me. That's probably the best I got to complain about. That's the best I got to complain about. Everything being relative, it's just as significant to me. Well, subjectively speaking, it could be just as relevant to me as any other peril, which sounds sacrilegious and blasphemous for it to even say, because even though technically it could be true, it still doesn't seem right to compare my little bit of peril or irritations or inconveniences, basically inconveniences, compared to other people's devastating life circumstances. And I know that. But I still like to remind myself, when I get worked up for whatever reason over something that I know is petty in comparison to other people's lives, that's why it happens. To me, it's real. It feels real in the moment, especially me, being in the moment. I have a way of just diving into the moment and feeling that way. But the whole point of me cutting this on, the reason I gotta tie this around here. I can't help it. I gotta tie this around there. I don't like it swinging like that, even though it don't matter. Even though it probably doesn't matter, I just don't like it swinging around like that. Okay? Reason I cut this on was how or why. I think I know how. Why is probably the bigger question. 4.5 miles every day before work. Where did that come from? That's an hour and a half. Well, I guess because I'm a kind of person who I do better if I keep myself occupied. If I have a regiment, I'm a good regiment routine person. And somehow years ago, I think I had to start work at 7 a.m. And for some reason, I ended up at work an hour early. I can't remember. And I remember it wasn't like a late day. It was an early day. And I was catching a bus. And I got there like an hour early for some reason. So I said, let me walk. And I liked it. I like getting, X amount of steps in, 6,000 steps in, 5,000 steps in before work, and then walking during work. Because that was back when I was catching the bus. So I got steps in, walking back and forth to the bus, I will walk up the stairs and not take the escalator at the metro station, and I'll be getting my 10,000. And I started doing that early thing to where I made it part of my routine where I would get to work like an hour early and walk, And then now it's to the point where then my shift changed from 12 to 8. And I really had to fill up that time in the morning, or that time, when I would wake up. Because that would mean staying up till 3 o'clock in the morning, sleeping 8 hours, getting up at 11, and starting to work. And staying up at 3 a.m., even though my body is shifting, my sleep cycle has shifted some, to where I stay up to about 1 a.m. now. Stay up till 1 a.m. That's the way I kind of had that program. Sleep till 9:20. So I schedule 8 hours. Whether I get it or not, I shoot for 8 hours. I got my routine set up for 8 hours. Then I go do my walk. It's all routine and scheduled. I don't even have to set a timer. I walk from point A to point B. And there's certain metrics that I have. I know when I walk past a certain bus stop, it's always going to be about a certain time. So I don't even have to set clocks or anything anymore. I just get out, leave at the same time, and get back about the same time. And I like to get back about 11, give myself a whole hour to shower, eat, and do that. So I wake up in the morning, 9:20, I just get dressed. Throw on the same old nasty clothes that I've been wearing. I keep them. Usually when I get back and they all sweaty, I hang them up, let them dry out or whatever. And then go and get it in. Come back, get my, I think about 9,500 steps in. I think that's about 4.5 miles. Eat breakfast, routine, grits, an egg, sour cream, a half a Italian sausage, and my water. I love my routine. But the question is, and I was just thinking, what is this walking thing? And then I incorporated doing these videos. So, well, hell, I'm out here walking. How can I do this? How can I do this? At first, I think I was just doing audio. I'm not sure. I forget which, I was wearing. Remember, because I started with the earbuds from Samsung. They was making noises I didn't like. Ordered a lavalier, got that going, and changed phones. So the external mic input changed. Had to get a USB-C adapter. I think I got a little better lavalier microphone. Instead of a $5 one, I got a $15 one or something like that. And now here's where I'm at. It evolved. It evolved to this. And I got a regiment to where I save all these videos, I label them in standard format, and where they can be sorted, recognized, and I can get to them by date and category. I'm stockpiling them now. But I'll go ahead and I'll compile them and edit them and post them as podcasts, audio podcasts. Hey, never seen you before. I'm over here now. Where you at? Hey, I see you. I know. You chasing me? You chasing me down here? I hear you. Oh, here you go. I see you. Huh? I know. Wow, you got a long yard. You got a big yard. You're lucky. You got a big yard. So then I compile them in the podcast. And I also was thinking, I got to start doing that because I take the videos, I'll dump them to YouTube, which is good. YouTube transcribes them for me. YouTube will actually transcribe them for me into text. Hell, I saw it did text and made chapters. And you can do a summary. You can use your AI to do a summary. So what I'll do is I'll just dump 15 videos at a time up on YouTube, let them process, they'll create a summary, cut and paste that summary into the description, I post them on my website, and the way I post them, because I have a podcast app or, whatever I got, Spotify and Apple and all them will come and pull it and put it on theirs. So the mechanism is there. I got DistroKid, so that means I can post my music. I got a couple songs out there on Apple and Spotify. I think Pandora I'm posting still, and all the websites. I ain't making no money, but the idea is that it's there. The mechanism works. I got a label, quote unquote label. I got presence and Bandcamp, and I got an ASCAP membership. I just got stuff in place, and I built it on the fly. Just as I go. No, let me grab this piece. No, let me put this piece together. And I may or may not have really done anything with it, but it's there. So that oh, I got this. I started building this. Look what I did here. Oh, let me bring that over here and manipulate that and put that here and do this and do that. Bring it all together. So the stuff is there. Let's just face it. The stuff is there. I got resources. I got a foundation. I got an understanding. I got the tools, resources. I just need to start generating. And over the last year or so, it was only since March since I had my accident, since I passed out and broke up my teeth. That was only March. April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. That was only like 9 months ago. So 9 months ago, life-changing event. From passing out and busting my teeth up and ripping my lip. My lip is still messed up over that. You can see it. I'm gonna have to go and have it checked out and probably have to have plastic surgery done on it. My teeth was always perfect. Now it looks like I got a gap. Look like I'm from the country. I was gonna say, look like I'm from West Virginia or something. From the Appalachian Mountains. From my buddy from West Virginia. That's probably why I said it. I wasn't gonna say it because he's from West Virginia. But that's probably why I wanted to say it. Because he's from West Virginia. I used to have perfect teeth. Now, see I go like that. Look like I got a gap or something. I'm not used to seeing that. But the dentist said I was lucky that I was even able to save these 2 teeth in the front. Because I broke the bone. He reset it with a retainer. And we just waited. And he said, you're lucky. He said it was a miracle. And this dentist was cool. He'd tell you like it is. He'd be like, whoa. And I'd be like, man. And a couple times I'd say, man, have some bedside manner or something like that. He was like, "You'd rather me tell you honest?" I was like, "Yeah, that's true." So he was, so when he get excited, I was like, whatever. But now I know when he gets excited and says something, he means it. He's just not, saying it. So I like the guy. Spent $20,000 up in there getting implants, and that was right on top of my implant. So I had my accident, going in to get a retainer. He had to wait till those teeth settled and got, because it delayed the implants. So we was like kind of working on the implants and working on that. I wore a retainer for a few months. And they took the retainer off, and I can still feel the glue on my teeth. And I was like, man, I was telling him, get that stuff off of there. He's like, yeah. He was just like, yeah. He was like, live with it, whatever. He's like, he didn't want to waste time or mess around trying to get it off. And he couldn't see it. But I think I might have to go back in and say, hey, when I run my tongue over my teeth, I feel stuff. It's not smooth. And I got fake teeth and real teeth in my mouth. And it's hard to tell which is which. But I'm getting comfortable with them now to where I can just chew and eat, which is good. But anyway, that was a lifestyle change. And that was only 8 months ago. So I'm definitely on the rise, whatever rise means. I'm definitely improving, whatever improving means. I mean, even when I was indulging the last 3 or 4 years or so, whatever I was doing, this or that, I stopped. I'm stopped, and I cut some things out, and I can feel the difference already. I can feel the difference, and I can feel the energy coming back, and I can feel the power in that energy. Not to say that when I was indulging, that it wasn't good, or it wasn't worth something, or it wasn't an experience that may or may not have benefited me. It was definitely an experience that, maybe for a few years, take a few years off, basically. Kind of, this, it's kind of not chill, but not be going balls out the whole time. Not to lose focus and drift and be, a little bit for a couple years or so. Knowing the whole time that those moments of indulgence, of overeating, and doing this and doing that were temporary. They were sedative and probably even seductive. It was sedative. I was sedating myself, to be in that little realm. And now, I think I'm coming out of it. Maybe after my accident, and I made a change. It took a few months because I was sick. I was recovering from my teeth, from the dental injury. And I got sick, and my body was going through changes to get back. But even during that, I was still performing and still executing at a certain level. But now, if the way I'm trying to call it is if I become completely clean, whatever clean means, clean and more focused, I should be able to get a lot more done. And even during that time, as I was saying, to where I may have not been operating 100%, where I've been made more, not sedated, but more relaxed and chill, I was still getting stuff done. I was still, every now and then, more than often than not, I would do something, knowing I probably wasn't gonna finish it, knowing I wasn't gonna take it all the way through, knowing I wasn't putting in the work that I wanted to, but just to kind of start it and just get it going and just say, oh, okay. And I got like a lot of those little things around to where I start halfway building it and it just kind of fell off. Yeah. And now that I'm cleaner, my energy is cleaner, if I could put it that way. Now that my energy is cleaner, I should be able to go and execute those things, knock them out. Well, not that way, knock them out. Just, you still do the best you can and funk it. Whatever happens, happens. I don't want to put the pressure on myself yet to where, but I will get a goal to where I say, all right, we want to have, so like, all right, I want to have 10 songs released by February. I want to have 10 new songs released by February. And just put your head down and just grind on that. And grind on it to the point that where you don't even raise your head up to see if it's, you don't even reevaluate it or summarize it. You just do it. You just put your head down and grind, and just till it's done. Then when it's done, you look up and say, was that worth it? Did I do the right thing? Why was I doing that? So, you just put your head down in it and just get it done to the point to where you wonder why you're even doing it, but you don't care. You just keep going hard at it until it's finished and worry about, why and what you did later. That's a kind of a grind too. I haven't been in that in a while, a few years since I've been in something like that. But I'm feeling good. You may even notice a little bit of energy in my voice and delivery. Maybe even a little bit of more bounce in my step. I think my walks are going faster now, walking the same distance. It just seems like I'm getting back faster, just more, alive. No, not alive, but more aware, not aware, yeah, probably more aware, more open, more clean, more unconvoluted, unclouded. But, so we'll see. We'll see how long it lasts and, how good I do it. I just know right now, and I'm probably saying this for myself, that I feel really good. I want to keep it going. It's kind of like a Alcoholics Anonymous, somebody being sober. I've been sober for X amount of months, and I know that they feel good, but they know at any moment they can slip back into old behaviors. And right now, I'm feeling good, and I don't want to slip back into old behaviors. Not that these old behaviors were like life-threatening or in comparison to other people's maybe addictions or other people's habits or afflictions or whatever. It's probably nothing. It's probably minuscule. But as I said, everything is subjective. So to me, it feels like the world. But in comparison, on paper, yeah, that's nothing, buddy. That's nothing. So, we'll see. We'll see. And get my weight down. It was at 204. Did I say that today? It's down to 204 something. When I got on the scale, when I get back home, now, it might be down at 202 something. And last night I ate. And I allowed myself to eat as a reward. I allowed myself to eat, thinking that this eating would die down over time. I just allowed myself to, have that moment. Get that second, get out of bed, get that bowl of cookies, marshmallow circus peanuts. I think I had a zero candy bar too last night. Yeah, I did. I had half of a king size zero candy bar and drank. So I allowed myself. I said, all right, I'm gonna reward myself. And just get on it. Things I gotta knock out. Life administration that I gotta look into. Tax time, dividends, capital gains, and all that stuff. Financial advisors, rental property, blah, 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 blah. Like I said, I've been on it. I've been on it. I've been attentive to it. No, I haven't been on. I guess I've been attentive to it. I haven't been on it. I'm aware of it. I know what needs to be done. I got lists. But I just haven't went balls out and got it handled, taken care of, and cleaned up, and have everything, have all the I's dotted and T's crossed like I'm used to. Completely throughout my administrative life. Just some things semi-hanging. I wouldn't call them hanging compared to some of the mess I've seen other people living. But in my mind it's hanging. Anyway, I'm going on and on talking about me. This is my therapy. Thank you for listening and being a part of it. As you can see, I'm talking it out with myself, where I want to go, how I want to handle this new future. You see, I'm being a little bit dramatic, but handle this new view or energy or new, whatever you want to call it. Feels good. I got things in place, and I love the way I got things in place. I just love what I've built, what I've created, the life, the place, the where, the who, the how, the why, all of it. I worked on it. And I'm probably talking to myself again. This is how I get myself a pep talk. Do I even need to give myself a pep talk? I do. Because I need to go higher. All right, you're sustaining, you're doing good, you should be grateful. No. To really excel, to really go as high as possible, you gotta be greedy and hungry the whole time. You just gotta be greedy and hungry the whole time, or be aware, or constantly scrutinize. You take certain things for granted, and you keep going. You stay aware, and I think I'm, again, rah-rah myself, giving myself a pep talk or motivation. Well, not motivation. Yeah, motivation or a goal or a methodology, not methodology, but a path, maybe a path or a focus. Anyhow, swinging on y'all 2 times. Swinging on y'all 2 times. For me, for the fun. And for every elementary particle that has ever existed in any atom in this or in any universe that ever was, is, or will be. It's the totality of it all, a theory of universe. A hypothesis of all as one. My name is Jeffrey.